the number of bus drivers has been cut by 100, right? And there is a high turnover with our bus drivers. We've seen cuts in the sheriff deputies, right, where they're not being treated fairly. And at the same time, they're being forced to work overtime and work double shifts. You can go down to the courthouse and ask the first 5 people you walk into, and like, hey, do you like working for this county executive? And you'll get a pretty straight answer. And what that means is that they're not serving the public in the same dedicated way that they could. It's not necessarily just money, and I think a lot of people think it's just money, but it's about making sure you have respect for your neighbors, respect for your community, and making sure that then they are turning around and serving our community in the best way possible. But with an effort to try and privatize and push out and push away public employees, and at the same time pushing against the idea of a living wage for our neighbors, that's not a way to garner support from anybody in the middle class, and I think that's what he's up against. So we're on the other side of that. We want to push for a living wage, not just for public workers, but for private workers, and use the power of the county to try and make sure we're getting a better deal for all of our neighbors. It's about building a stronger community, and it's about building respect and making sure that those people can go home after working 40 hours a day, and they're not going to be worried about being evicted or struggling to pay their bills. So it's about making sure that we are paying a wage that people can live off of. We've seen the fastest shrinking middle class in the entire country in Wisconsin, and so I think it's up to us as elected leaders to set a standard, and then to work with employers to set a high standard, so that people are not working 40 hours a week and struggling in poverty. So that's a standard that I'd like to set, and I think it's starkly different from where this county executive is, where not only did he veto a living wage ordinance, he went to Madison to try and preempt it and prevent it from being implemented.